Hey guys, this is Dr. Prime here, back for another Transformer review. And as per the title, I will be reviewing Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Dinobot. It was a request by SpiderFreak68. This is actually a very cool toy. So get started. I originally remember when I got this toy back in, I guess it was when it first came out back in '99. I really wasn't very impressed by it. And I think it was just the plastic quality that I didn't like very much. But now that I've got him back out and I've been transforming and messing around with him, I actually really do like this toy a lot. And I'll get to the reasons why. There are two versions. This is the off-white version. It's not completely bone white. I don't have that one. But I'll try to show you a picture to see the contrast. It's kind of subtle, but in this book here you can see on the top there is the off-white and the white version in robot mode, and then in beast mode there on the bottom. So it's kind of subtle when you have them up close in person. It's more noticeable. So why do I love this Transformer? Well, for one thing, I can tell you right off the bat, just the realistic posing of the beast mode. This is probably more like what a Velociraptor looked like out in the wild, if you could imagine one. At least in my opinion. You know, traditionally a lot of Dinobots or T-Rexes and things of this, you know, in old movies and stuff, you'd see them kind of standing like that, with their tail dragging on the ground. But this one has great balance, and he gets in that really stalker-like pose like he does in the show. And it just looks very realistic to me, even though it's purple and blue and white. I like the stature of it anyways. The detailing is great. As you know, the Transmetal 2s are asymmetrical. This one's a little bit more subtle than most, but it is there. You just got to get up close. And you can see a little bit there. There's asymmetry there. And if you got to look at kind of both sides to see the differences. And there's some subtleties here and there. Another thing, we'll get to the gimmicks, I guess, here. Well, you got the mouth that opens and closes. You can push the head back, and inside the mouth it has like this additional claw, kind of like in Aliens. Inside the mouth. Doesn't come out or anything, but it's there and it's small. You can sort of make it come out if you move the head back and forth. But I do love the head sculpt. I think it's really awesome. I like it a lot. And another thing on the head is if you lift up this little panel here, you can see the Predacon Spark Crystal. As you know, also the Transmetal 2s have this metallic paint. On mine, there's mostly purple, of course, and then there's red in some places up here, and some of my red is starting to flake off. For instance, right there, I don't know if you could see that, and in a number of different places, just the red, for whatever reason, is flaking off. So obviously you want to be aware of that, and it's not really anything you can avoid unless you just keep it mint and sealed. But the tail is removable, although it's not necessary, and it does have a gimmick. And also with the tail, and also adding to its balance and its posability, is it does have this little bit of motion, which will allow you to just basically put it in multiple different poses. It helps balance the figure so that it stands very nicely in this pose. And then we have the gimmick here. You take this little blue piece and you twist it, and he does swing the tail. And you can get it to swing pretty strongly. You can knock down Transformers of equal size, I would think, with that gimmick. It does work very well. The tail is very rubbery, and there's basically a mechanism in here that pulls each side to make it swing in either direction. So very cool. I do like it. I do like the detail on it, and it's just very realistic in the balance. I mean, this is other than the actual design, like the sculpt and the colors, it looks like what a real Velociraptor would look like out in the wild. The claw here, which we did see in the show, I believe there were a couple of points where he would just tap that. I thought that was pretty cool in there. So now on to transformation. You can remove the tail if you want to, I guess, if it gets in your way. You don't have to. I'm just going to leave it on because it's fine to leave it on. What I do is I take these front legs, which come the robot legs, and I just swing them down. Take these, they're sort of pegged in on the side, the hips, and just flip those this way on either side. Then you want to come back here, and first you want to take this back piece out and then lift this piece that's pegged in out, and then that will allow you to swing the head around. Before you swing it completely around, you want to take the Dinobot or the dinosaur head and push it back all the way, like so, and then rotate it around, and then it reveals the robot head. Then what you want to do is take this back piece, and then there's that post here, and then there's a port here, and you just flip it up and it pegs in there. And then you want to take this the back piece, the legs and the tail, and you want to rotate it up like that, and just leave that little bit of kibble back there. And there's the tail. So you can see it kind of taking shape here. Next thing we'll do is rotate these to this position, and then you want to lift these up. They become sort of shoulder pads, and then you can rotate the arms forward. Now, before these actually peg in over here. Before you do that, I have this piece here that you can. It's supposed to go all the way around. Mine doesn't really want to, but you can force it. I'm not sure if that's just mine or that's how everybody's is. You just want to get it in that position. Same thing with the other side. It just kind of hides some of the gapping when you put it back, and then you can. There's maybe very difficult to see, but there's a peg there that when you push it up, it will peg in on both sides, like so. So then you can swing the robot arms around, get them in position however you like them. I kind of like to display them kind of like this. Like that, sort of. Lots of articulation in the arms. The head rotates 360. And I like to take these shoulder pad things, and just so that the head isn't hidden, see how easily it's hidden, just kind of push them down the arms like that. You don't have to do that, it's just what I like to do. And then you have Dinobot in Transmetal 2 in robot mode. Now, like I said, the tail has that little bit of motion. It does help a little bit with balancing. Now in the robot mode, it's obviously more weighted towards the back. He will fall backwards, and this kind of helps with support. If you bend it down and let it touch the ground, it's like a tripod. And he's very posable. I do like the robot head sculpt. Looks very much like the show. And very nice. I do like this toy a lot. The tail does still swing in this mode if you want it to. And the only negative I could say about this is that the plastic is not great, of the greatest quality. It's okay. It's kind of it's very bendable. One thing I don't I do like the aesthetic of these little things here. They're kind of you know, attachments, but they do limit the mobility of these joints, because you can move these but they're attached to these hoses or whatever they are, contraptions, and they make it, you know, less mobile, even on the feet, which you don't really need to move the feet that much. But that's probably the only negative thing, because this does look, I do love the way this robot looks. It looks fantastic. I think it was very show equivalent to the way he looked on Beast Wars. So before I run out of time, I hope you enjoyed this review. This is Dr. Prime. See you next time.